What that mean? I ain't got no microphone. Guess this is something I should have had checked on before. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Wonder if I got some sound. Wonder if I got some sound. Camera.
You're blessed and highly favored. Today we have a presentation mainly from Minister Tayu. Minister Tayu, say hi to the family. Greetings, family. Salama, how y'all doing today? So we're going to talk about the Yap game. We're going to talk about the cult of Eve. Minister Tayu. Yeah, so, you know, we're going to give them a little attention. We're going to give them a little attention because they need a little help, right? If you notice, they live, they don't break 40. They can't even break 1,000 in their video, but they want that attention. All right. So here's the issue. The issue is they go on people show like Garfield. Garfield's actually accommodating them. When in reality, he doesn't agree with their science. Most of them that is hypothesis. And then so there's all this double talk. So we're just gonna look at some of their theories. They're gonna talk in fake. As I begin,
how are you?
Okay, family, so we're going to start here, right? You want to go out the screen with that? Yeah, we could go So we're going to start here, and my goal, I will share this for every time I talk about the cult of Eve. All right? Because they're showing a lot of horse manure, and everybody needs to be reminded every now and then that it's horse manure. All right? Now, right you mean they full of some stuff. That's it. That's it. I'm being nice, right? I'm being nice. Yeah, they go my audience, right? They're full of it. Yeah, you might need a little laxative or something, right? They need a little help. Alright, so let's have a little fun. So anyway, I'm reading this for you guys just to repeat what is common sense among the profession. Now these guys are really practicing, trying to become knowledgeable about DNA, and they read these documents with the wrong lenses. So they attack us, they attack people like Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan is a geneticist, expert. These guys been studying this for what, a year and a half? Come up with some crazy theories. They tell you it's a theory and then say it's not a theory. See, it's that double talk. So anyway, this is a public service announcement. This is from Rashid Khan. If you are a user of direct-to-consumer personal genomic services, please do not pay any attention to your mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosomal haplogroups. Why? Because they hardly tell you anything about your individual ancestry. What do I mean by this? Your mitochondrial DNA comes down from your mother's 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 mother, and similarly, for your Y chromosomal lineage, if you are a male, these few individuals are not any more likely to contribute to your ancestry than all these multitudes and multitudes who do not contribute to your mitochondrial DNA or Y lineages, also known as almost all your ancestors. What you should pay attention to are your autosomal results. Have not taken she's been telling you guys this for years. Inferences made from most of your genome. Okay, so that's what autosomals are. Inferences made from most of your genome. It's not just admixture. That shows you their lack of education when they tell you autosomal is strictly
6 minutes to progress, let them talk.
This shows you they need formal education because they have not learned how to learn. All right. These results.
To tell you, or maybe they're just liars. I think they're just liars.
I think so. I think they have an agenda, right? I think they're pushing a certain narrative. All right, because if you look at the video I did about them a few months ago, I showed you where Genesis 49 said that the Ish people were not related to them, and that they were not Israelites. Then I showed you a video about a month or two later. He comes back and says, "Oh, these your family. These people are Israelites. They're related to us." Okay, I got a Brooklyn Bridge to see that. All right, but you can tell the way he maneuvered. He first said they're not related, then comes out with a video that says they're related. So who got to them? Who paid them off? Something's changed, right? These results may be more difficult to parse, but difficulty is no sin. And elegant ease is no virtue in this case. So just because haplogroups is easy don't mean that's the way to do it. That's because you are interested in what? Your ancestry. Not a convenient, interpretable story. So they are looking for a convenient, interpretable story. And this is the narrative they've been trying to shove down our throat. So, of course, I'm not saying that mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosomal haplogroups are useless. They are useful for population scale, phylogeography. This is what we've been telling y'all from the very beginning. Day one. But please don't make emphasis about yourself from one data point, at least in most cases. So that's what I've been telling y'all. These guys keep blowing at us, and they got that idiot Abu following them because Abu, I'm going to tell you, Abu is an agent. He's targeting us. This guy stalks us. If I could call the police, I would call the police. This is what he does. This is how he is. He stalks us. But one data point don't tell you anything. How can one single mutation tell you who you're related to? This is what Rashid is trying to explain. The Code of V is trying to sell a narrative to you guys that he is Israel. We gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that as we go. Alright. So Genesis 49 has a narcissistic personality and an egocentric personality. So narcissistic personality disorder. Yeah, if y'all go to his channel, you can go listen to the brother. If somebody disagrees with him, he curses them out. If you go look at his response to Berean, he cursed them out for like 5 minutes straight using every big curse word that's out there. Right.
Not that I got a problem with him cussing out Berean, mind you, but
I'm not saying Berean don't deserve a little cussing, but the brother was trying to get on Berean's show, and Berean didn't want him on there. So yeah, I don't think that was a reason, right?
Berean was there. Don't come in with all that cussing.
Yeah, he like, I'm not cussing, I was coming to talk. And then when he went on his channel, he just let it out, dude. I mean, I have to try to invent some curse words because he let them all out. He didn't leave none left.
I suppose a silver dress.
That's how bad he was. Well, I said,
but Minister, tell you, notice though, they could come together against Tail Ministries though. They don't like each other, But they all come together against Israel.
Now, isn't that something? He don't like Berean. Berean don't like him, but Berean lets them on his show to come against us, right? So, you know, Berean's problem is he's bought and paid for, right? So remember when he was like, I had enough of y'all. I'm going to New York tomorrow, and I'm going to tell the Ish people on y'all. Y'all is in some trouble now. Massa's gonna get you now, cause I'm gonna report y'all that y'all trying to say y'all them. I'm going tomorrow. And that's what Berean did. He came back. Yeah, and they came back, and then all that failed and nothing happened, right? And then, and if you don't know, there's a video, I didn't bother getting it. But when he was talking about Israel, he was frustrated with Israel. What did Berean do? He talked about us, how we are caught and this and that. He went, Tui, he spit. That was the disgust that he had for us, that he spit when mentioning Israel. And then say, I'm friends with Israel. That's why we say Berean ain't no friend of Israel. He hates us, right? Y'all gotta talk about them founding fathers. Since the beginning of European Christianity, no one has ever taught what the Israelites have been teaching. That's Berean. Nobody has ever. I'm like, okay, the founding fathers never taught such a thing. We don't care about no founding fathers. We don't care about no Roman Catholics. The founding fathers nullified the Israelites, didn't allow the Israelites to be part of none of their meetings, none of their councils, right? Council of Nicaea, none of that. They kept them out, punished them, banned all Israelite practices, and we supposed to care about the founding fathers. We don't care about the founding fathers of Christianity, and we don't care about the founding fathers of America. Why? Because they're both the same. Anyway, let me read this. One of several types of personality disorders is a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. He curses people out nonstop. He don't care as long as, if you disagree with him, it's coming. But behind this mask of extreme confidence lies a fragile self-esteem, that's vulnerable to the slightest criticism. That's why he cursed out Berean right there, family. A narcissistic personality disorder causes problems in many areas of life, such as relationships, work, school, or financial affairs. People with narcissistic personality disorder may be generally unhappy and disappointed when they're not given the special favors or admiration they believe they deserve. They may find their relationships unfulfilling, and others may not enjoy being around them. So if he doesn't get accolades and praise, if you don't call him a genius or studying DNA, then you're gonna get upset with him, okay? But he's a double talker now. You're gonna see as well as we go. So egocentric bias, right? Egocentric bias is the tendency to rely too heavily on one's own perspective and or have a higher opinion of oneself than reality. Egocentric bias, narcissistic behavior, hand in hand, right? Like a hand in a glove. All right, let's see what types of egocentric biases exist out there that may apply to this brother and the rest of his crew. But they have an agenda now, don't get it twisted. All right, so here's an example, false consensus effect. In psychology, the false consensus effect, also known as consensus bias, is a pervasive cognitive bias that causes people to see their own behavioral choices and judgments as relatively common and appropriate to existing circumstances. In other words, they assume that their personal qualities, characteristics, beliefs, and actions are relatively widespread through general population. So he thinks everybody agree with him. He thinks the scientific community, the DNA community agrees with him, and that he's not in error. Now he has his own model now. His model doesn't line up with anybody else, but he's right.
Now, let me ask you something right quick to tell you. Now, Abu was saying, tell ministries need to show their model. They need to show their model. They need to show their model. And we be like, what model? We don't care.
Model? We don't need no stinking model.
Model, yeah.
I'm like, you see, they're trying to pull us into something that we said we were not even a part of. right? They want us to have a model, but yeah, hey, what our position is, they call a model, and they say it's an autosomal model versus a haplogroup model, and so they like our model, blah 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 blah. We not pushing the model, we pushing the evidence, all right? We going where the evidence exists. We're not creating models. We're not creating hypotheses, right? We're showing you how much evidence is actually factual versus a guess. Illusion of validity is a cognitive bias in which a person overestimates their ability to interpret and predict accurately the outcome when analyzing a set of data. In particular, when the data analyzed show a very consistent pattern, that is, when the data tells a coherent story, right? So our data tells a coherent story, but he is biased toward his own, all right? And he has no explanation for it. And you're gonna see later. This effect persists even when the person is aware of all the factors that limit the accuracy of their predictions. That is when the data and our methods used to judge them lead to highly fallible predictions. So when we give them evidence and show them why they're, he can't be just Israel, or you can't even identify Israel by E, even if Israel was E, that doesn't matter. He's pushing this false narrative.
What is this place?
And you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna show you this video. He was on Garfield. Garfield asked him about Noah. And watch the two-step. Watch the sidestepping he does to dodge the question because he had no answer. Why? Because his model is false.
We've eyes everywhere.
Really? Seems visibility would be a problem. Wouldn't you
It's a
prefer
tendency
something
to judge the strength of all these based on the plausibility of their conclusion, rather than how strongly they support
how long
that.
is standing in the dark
A person is
waiting?
more likely to accept an argument that supports a conclusion that
You
aligns
spot
with
you
their
from the bell
values,
tower.
beliefs, and prior knowledge, while rejecting counter-arguments to the conclusion. So he doesn't weigh other people.
Are you mocking me?
Positions, he says they're flawed, they're in error.
God's truth,
What he does is he continues to push his own narrative. All right?
Candidate
He
of
repeats
approach.
his narrative instead of breaking down and destroying other people's narrative. Right? So all of this fits this brother, right? Narcissistic behavior, egocentric biases, and these three biases tie directly to his behavior for the past few years. All right. So you're related to them. This is a video I'm going to show you in a second.
The son of Charles Dorion returns to us. Malek thought you wouldn't come, but you changed your mind.
Tired of running from my failures. Monsieur de la Serre, my father. I want to make it right.
The death of Grandmaster de la Serre weighs on you. Why? You wield the blade yourself.
Does it matter? The blame still lies with me.
Alright, we're gonna start here. We got some other ones.
Very well.
So y'all got
The
so
dark
much
can come
negative
into the light.
to say about
From the light,
but you
you
share
will
a
return to
common
the dark.
ancestry with some of them.
Are you prepared to travel the eagle's path?
You share the same
That's a
forefathers
fancy way
as
of
some
asking,
of
do
them.
I want your help?
This is a part of your
Yes.
ancestry, your legacy,
And then drink.
right? It says there's 7 Y chromosome major branches. You just listen them. G is included, R1B is included, that are prevalent among Ashkenazi Jews, account for 80% or the total. So these are prevalent amongst Ashkenazi Jews. You know, you call the Ish people, the small hats. Y'all related to these people, man. Y'all gonna have to tap into y'all ancestry. Alright, it is what it is. It says here,
Y'all related to them, fam? Yes or no?
E3BG, J1, J2Q were part of the ancestral gene pool transmitted by Jews who migrated from the Middle East, whereas R1B and certain sublineages within R1A may have entered the Ashkenazi Jewish population in Europe. Other founder events are evident, unique founder events are evident using detailed lineage analysis of these 7 Y chromosome biomarkers in the Ashkenazi Jewish population.
the comparative frequencies of these ages between contemporary Jews, non-Jews led to an estimate of overall historical male admixture rate of 5 to 8% for European populations since the founding of Ashkenazi Jewish population. This is the same as the admixture rate of 0.5% per generation. Present of European chromosomal age is the major difference between Ashkenazi Jews and Middle Eastern Sephardic Jews. So the point I wanted to bring out is G is there. So y'all gotta claim y'all right, man. Y'all should jump on this paper and say, look, man, we were part of that G that was part of this Ashkenazi.
Courage, my lord. You wait just here. I will return with this hand, and there is to be no mischief.
I had to hold back the last.
Where is that boy?
There is. I had to hold him back.
You should be well away by now.
Let's apply some common sense. Come on. People should crack. Well, family, are y'all related to them? Yes or no? They already said no. They already said no. But am I wrong? Am I racist for saying I'm not related to them? No harm, no foul. Nothing against them, but are we related?
Fuck that, man.
Like I said, either they Israel or we Israel, but not both. That ain't racism.
Father, where is that boy?
That's why they deny because they are not Israel. Results was 67% Italian. But he was E1B1A. I thought that model say that he was Israel. I'm sure they'll come back and say, well, he's still Israel, right? So that was one that you showed, right? And I'm going to show you somebody else. They're hypocrites and they're lying. I'm going to show you. Okay, I thought you wanted to show right now. You want me to show it now? It's a good time. I remember we were on Sister E.
You seem to have
right? Y'all remember this guy here, family? It's still. Y'all remember him? Can y'all see that? You can see that message?
You must receive it today. It's very
right. So this is one of the Yap gang members. He says,
I, for one, have no one that actually told the group to allow him to stay. Unlike yourself, I can prove what I'm saying. I have nothing but pride in my ancestry. So what's your point in highlighting it? I'm the one who shared it because I am who I am. Unlike yourself, I don't need to hide behind Facebook profile and no one knowing my true identity because I'm a real man willing to stand on that. You are a coward hiding behind social media, scared to expose the truth of yourself to the world. Yes, I am hard, boy. What's the shame of that? Now, do y'all remember, yes or no, family, how they beat us up because we are haplogroup G? And James Castile himself came on Sister E channel beating us up, saying we're wrong, we're lying, but this Negro here is hard.
And he was fighting hard for Genesis 49.
Fighting hard for him.
Kill the
And this guy is
being
straight
detected.
up R, European. They say so themselves. Now, somebody lying. I'm going to show you the rest of it. To see it firsthand. I'm not hiding it like you hide yourself. Now, do y'all see this? I already seen it. I'm in there. You ousted Jacob, not my burner. Now let's see if y'all can see this. Can y'all see this right quick, family? Neanderthal, 61 variants. Now his maternal haplogroup is L3F1B1. His paternal haplogroup is R51855. Now, according to them, he's not Israel.
Well, that Neanderthal variant is very high.
Now, according to them, their motto, he's not Israel.
Stay your blade from the flesh.
All right, one more frame.
Never compromise the brother.
We told y'all they lie. Y'all can listen to us and not listen to us. They still lie.
Be uplifted.
Can't be whole European with L3F1B1 genes. Alright, so now he's tracing his lineage through the mother and not the father. I wonder why. Could it be because he's haplogroup R, which would make him what? According to their model,
not according
white boy, Gentile. Now go back to the shadows and try and troll someone. Your words with effects and are ashamed of who they are. Ruled by the Father. You saw it because you are Jacob, Israel. Now, what's yours? Or did you not take it because you're scared? You're going to see some Bantu in there. So now what? They against Bantu, the true Israelites? They're against Bantu? I'm telling you, these guys are not Israel. And y'all keep following them and y'all keep listening to them while they lie and lie, continue to lie in your face. Minister to you.
That's why they keep pushing it. There's something wrong with their DNA, right? Because from the very beginning, Sister E, I think even Sister Raham, I think I saw hers, Pastor Kelly, couple other people sent us their DNA, and we all have the same type of autosomal results that tie us to Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Benin, Togo, right? Same kind of breakdown, and then, but something's going on with these guys, and I think that's the problem. But to tell you the truth, I really do think somebody got to them because, like I said, Genesis 49 said that his people were not us, and now he's fighting hard for them to be us. And I'm going to continue to stand on my point that either they Israel or we Israel, but not both. I'm just sorry. That ain't racist. All right, let me get back. I need a third screen here.
Welcome back. Now that you've experienced life as an assassin, are you willing to pick up the fight and join us? Deacon, build the file.
Coming up.
We lifted a media file from Derba last month. The information it contains is astounding.
Yeah, they just
We won't share these things with just anyone.
So I'm
By pressing play, you'll be joining the facts. If you want to fight the Templar menace, If you're willing to free civilization from Abstergo's clutches,
And we're gonna listen to
press
Garfield
play,
ask him about
sit
Noah.
back,
Watch this too.
and ready yourself for the truth. Good choice. Welcome to the Assassins Initiate.
Okay, here we go.
In the 1950s, it was theorized.
All right, let's listen to this, fam.
Via the triple helix model. Some years later, the work of Crick and Watson demolished this theory in favor of the double helix. Today, we know the double helix to be indisputably the basis of all life. So why did the triple helix theory gain so much traction? Why did Rosalind Franklin's X-rays seem to confirm it?
So
Turns out that their initial samples had been taken from small traces of precursor DNA.
I believe that
The
Noah
rare
would have
genes
been
from
what
the
we call
ancient
white
race
chromosomal Adam,
embedded
and
in our
those three
own.
children
We
are
now know
those
that triple
descendants of
helix
the same
DNA
progeny.
is the foundation
Later
of
on,
precursor
all
DNA.
of
It is
the
the
different
genetic Rosetta Stone of our age.
That's how I.
If we can crack it open, if we can sequence the full
you look at the
precursor
phylogenetic tree.
genome, there is no limit to the knowledge we will gain.
That's how I explain it. In other words, that's all I got for you, bro.
Open to us for the first time.
That's all I got for you. What did he say? He said, yeah, Jim Hammond, Japheth got the same haplogroup as their dad, but the rest of the world,
We master the technology that underlies
DNA is broken off from them. Now,
such discoveries would surpass 100.
based on his model, and I heard him say that Noah had to have been like 250,000 years ago or something like that, for his model to fit, right? So that's foolishness because, I mean, Japheth, Shem, and Ham are direct descendants of Noah.
Our goal is to unravel
So when he calls Tail Ministry Japheth,
and change the world for the better.
how are we Japheth when Japheth, Shem, and Ham got the exact same haplogroup because they are what their father is? Alright? I mean, this is the inconsistencies the brother had, but let me continue with my PowerPoint.
So, this is where we stand. Last year, Abstergo acquired the body of a man we call Sage, one of a rare breed of humans with a surplus of ancient DNA. This sparked a search for more Sages, in the present and in the past. The more Abstergo finds, the closer they get to their final goal. We blocked their recent attempts to find more, but Abstergo will not stop looking until they see
I'm gonna get back to this one. I'm gonna get back to this one. But this is an interesting. As a matter of fact,
through the French Revolution.
let me. I'm gonna play that video
At some
instead.
point in his life,
You gotta
came
hear
into
it.
contact with another Sage. We need you to find out when and where these meetings took place. If Arnaud was present for this Sage's death, it might lead Abstergo straight to his body. Naturally, we'd like to find her first. This is where you come in. It won't be simple. Genetic memory must be tackled in sequence to keep the data stable. We're confident you're up to the task. And you won't be alone. Other initiates, assassins just like you, are doing their part to end this fight. If you need more training, more experience, you can call them for help.
But
Alright.
yeah, that's the modern so-called modern. But yeah, that's another thing.
What is it I think?
That we believe that Yak Gang believes only E1B1A is the Israelite mark. I don't remember saying that in my videos. Do y'all recall any time that we have said that?
We never said that, though. The argument is, in our hypothesis, which is a hypothesis, we're not saying
More time you spend with Arnaud, more data
Regulate
will have to
that
increase your
our
synchronization
model,
with him,
by our
and to
hypothesis,
activate his
thinks
abilities.
that Abraham could have
Have a
been
look at this.
E1B1. If he was E1B1, then the children of the Israelites could have had E1B1A or E1B1B variants. That is a possibility through the mechanism of rapid radiation. We said this 1,000 fucking times, and Gozy in his what's that guy's name?
93, I think.
Yeah, 93 did a whole video trying to break down what I said and misrepresented it. So they can't say they wasn't aware of it because you done a video about it and broadcasted it on your channel. Garfield put that on his channel. So it's like, you can't say that you don't know our position. You're purposely misrepresenting us. At this point,
people
you are
clearly
purposely misrepresenting us.
We gonna pause right there. We gonna pause right there. So, okay, people misunderstood him, so he just clarified his position, right? What was his position? His position was that possibly Noah was E1.
One last thing. While you've been busy, I had to get you some poking around in Arno's memories. Seems he was a busy guy. See that symbol? That's a co-op mission. I play a lot of games multiplayer. I don't know about you, but I thought you'd like to mix it up a little. These are missions Arno ran with his assassin buddies.
It's possible, according to radiation, right, rapid radiation mutation,
Get all the details.
that,
I marked them on your map.
I'm sorry, let me get this right. Yeah. Okay, let me do that again. All right. Isaac, right? It had to be Isaac was E1B1. Jacob was E1B1A. And possibly Esau is E1B1B. Or some of the other sons through rapid radiation mutation became E1B1B. And that maybe E1B1A and E1B1B is Israel through rapid radiation mutation from that direct line of Isaac. So the problem here, right? This is the book. This is more hard maneuver that's shoveling in your face if you don't listen carefully. So what he's basically saying is, in this scenario, the expectation that mutations happen over thousands of years is not going to apply. And that rapid radiation mutation caused some descendants of Isaac to mutate rapidly. So that's why E1B1A, E1B1B can potentially be Israel. Now he done defied, let's say, the basic laws of haplogroups. What's the basic law of haplogroups? Basic law of haplogroups is you are what your father is. Jacob and Esau are direct descendants of Isaac. Jacob and Esau must, according to the haplogroup theory, must have the same haplogroup because mutations on the Y chromosome do not happen rapidly. That's the whole idea behind this thing, right? Is that the mutation doesn't happen rapidly. It happens over thousands or tens of thousands of years. So it's technically illegal. It's illegal to argue that the descendants of Isaac or Jacob had mutations along the way. None of the 12 sons of Jacob had any mutations according to the haplogroup theory. It must happen over thousands of years, not a single generation. And the 12 sons are within, most of them are within a few years of each other. So how does the mutation happen along the bloodline of any of the 12? How does the mutation from Isaac and Jacob and Esau be different from their father when they're twins? They're twins. How can twins have a different mutation? How can their descendants within a generation or two have mutations? His theory is flawed. His model is flawed. He's a narcissistic, egocentric person who just can't accept the fact that he is in error. All right? I mean, come on now. Some of this stuff we just had. I mean, we're going to DNA 101 here. 101. Minister Jacob.
Well, I mean, it's already been proven that they're liars, right? They're deceivers. They're working along with urban apologists, working along with Catholics, all the majority awakened. That's what it's about, because it's not about scholarship like they say, right? Because there's no truth. You can't get away. And then, as Dave has shown in the previous video, hypothesis. An educated guess. So nothing they say has any validity because it's a hypothesis. It's a theory. It hasn't been proven yet. Here's the definition of a hypothesis, man. An assumption or concession made for the sake of argument.
With nothing stealthy about that whole situation.
Generously agree to our price for each action. I mean, the brothers, y'all saw it, y'all heard it yourself. We played his video, right? The one on rapid radiation. He said he was misunderstood. He said it was a hypothesis and he might
Make sure
not
it goes smoothly, of course.
But he has all this energy for Tail Ministries when he's shoveling BS. Shoveling BS. It's nothing but his theory. And I'm not talking a scientific theory, it's a guessing game. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to apply his model to make it fit, and his model is dumb. And anyone with a sound thinking mind can look at his model and say this is crap. Same thing with Abu. Abu is pushing a faulty model. They're using terms to distract you, and they don't even understand the basics of inheritance. This is what my brother and I be telling you all. We have a basic understanding because in computers, we use the same, in programming, we use the same terminology a lot of times.
Give him a smoke bomb and slip away while they're choking.
So, things must be line upon line. And so, we're about to close this up. I'm going to just show you what I was talking about here, okay? Now, the brother said Noah, Japheth, and Ham got the same haplogroup. He can't, right? He can't say anything else. I mean, he gotta say that. But Put and Canaan got the same as Ham, right? Magog. All of these guys have the same haplogroup. So let's assume, based off of his crazy theory, that there was a mutation along the way. The generations between Arphaxad, Selah, Eber, Peleg, Reu, Sarah, Nahor, and Terah. Right? Let's give each one of them approximately 100 years each, right? It doesn't even meet the criteria for mutation, right? Let alone from Terah to Abraham, from Terah to Lot. That's one generation between Terah and Lot. Right? Between Terah, Abraham, there's one generation. Abraham is between Terah and Isaac. So Jacob, I'm sorry, the opportunity for mutation is not here, according to traditional haplogroup science. So every last one of these red lines, they all theoretically should potentially be the same haplogroup. Rapid radiation mutation is unlikely in this scenario. Okay? I mean, is there a small chance that Abraham mutated from Terah? Let's say, okay, and let's say that Abraham is Eve. All right? Isaac, Jacob, and Esau should be the same. Theoretically. All right? So, I mean, this is. Look, they are pushing this stupid narrative. We don't agree with it, and they won't leave us alone because we won't back them up. E is not Israel. The probability is that Shem, Japheth, and Ham are all in Africa. Now, were there mutations? We assume that Aura and G, according to modern theory, because a lot of Gentiles have Aura, let's say, that we assume that's the European G. When in reality, there's the out of Africa theory that these brothers don't agree with, which they do not promote, but it is the standard. The out of Africa theory is the standard in modern haplogroup science. It's the standard, and they don't agree with it. So once again, we have a narcissistic, egocentric person disagreeing with the scientific community as a whole. Come on now. I rest my case.
So once again, you know, when it comes to truth, this is the truth ministries, where there be the scriptures, where there be history, where there be science, where there be DNA, this is a truth ministry, and we're going to confront your lies. don't think we're not going to confront your lies. We're going to confront your lies. Just like we confronted the Congo boys. Just like we confronted the Mormons. We're going to confront your lies. Now, all of y'all that want to follow them lies, more power to you. Because these are the last days. And the Bible prophesied that a lot of y'all going to go astray and follow false teachers, false prophets, right? Antichrist. So that's enough said. We ain't got to say another word. That don't mean we won't respond. But understand this. You're going to be exposed. If you lying, you're going to be exposed.
So family, look, we're doing this because, I mean, they're forming Voltron together because they're all E, and so they have an interest in promoting this concept of E being Israel, right?
James Cassill's not E, he's R.
Well, that blows my mind because he's Aura, but he's fighting with them to be Israel, and they, according to their model, he is a Gentile. Okay. He's riding with him now. He's riding hard. Okay? But as I was saying, I mean, we're exposing lies because we're a true ministry. And obviously you can look at this and you can listen to them, their own words out of their own mouth and their inconsistencies. Right? On one hand, G is European. Next thing you know, I'm related to the Ish people. He said all of us are related to. See the inconsistency here. I thought I was a European. Now I'm related to the people that you said all of the Negroes are related to. You say all the Ish people are related to the Negro. How is that? And how can I be related to them, but I'm not Israel? I'm a Gentile. I'm a European.
Oh, by the call the rap.
This is why we talk about autosomal. Autosomal is not just for admixture. That is just ignorance. Period. All right.
But see, this is a good question, Sister E has. What is their belief in Christ? That is a very good question. I don't believe they are believers. I don't believe they are, because look at the type of people you. And I'm not saying every single one of them, but
Genesis 49. He's an agnostic from what I heard.
Yeah,
when I heard on Berean, he sounded, I mean not Berean, but on Garfield, he sounded like he wasn't too sure. Yeah, so, I remember that. He didn't sound like he was confirming his belief in Yeshua. And not only that, then you have people like Orthodox Paul, who's a Muslim. Right? I'm like, so he's denying Christ right there.
Yeah. You know, there's no contradiction.
He's a politician.
Following Christ.
He sees himself as a great peacemaker.
These people are liars, and as soon as
you wake up to the war between assassins and Templars.
Right, so I mean, obviously, you heard it out of their own mouth. It's a working theory and it's flawed. We showed you it's flawed, okay? But regardless, it's a working theory. It's not working.
Templars are at their weakest since
initially Garfield and his crew were hitting at them, but Garfield and them are being a little lenient now because their teachings attack the Israelite community, right? And it attempts to unite us with the Ish community. And they call us racist because we say Israel is a bloodline. But well, according to the whole Old Testament, Israel was descendants of Jacob, and that's who they were. They weren't converts, they were blood relatives.
Whoever's in charge now,
and the blood relatives were the only ones who
might have learned more. You're not allowed to see there to escape.
At least of the tribe of Levi.
I know your heart.
But we say we're all blood relatives.
Bringing Monsieur de la Serre's killer to justice counts for something, wouldn't it?
A stranger could join Israel and be considered a member of the nation.
Vendetta with a sound strategy.
If he wants to kill
that stranger ever be a high priest? Absolutely not. Why? Because he's not a Levite. So, even though many of these converts have joined the Israelite community, maybe 1,000 years ago, does it make them the blood descendants of Jacob, who the promises were given to? Right? It's not racism, it's the Bible. What does the Bible say? That's the only thing we're talking about here, right? many people can join the Israelite nation, but not everybody can be the descendants of the Israelites. Minister Cole.
Yeah, so you know we got a few trolls running through here. You will get blocked quicker than you can sneeze, right? So the bottom line is this, right? They can't prove their case. Their model is flawed. Their theories, their hypothesis is flawed. Everything they say contradicts the other thing, right? Or the next thing, or the following thing. Everything they talk about contradicts one another. If you too dumb to realize that, that's your problem. Okay, that's your problem for not doing the right research, not understanding the basics of DNA and haplogroups and autosomal and all of that. It's your fault for not doing the research. You follow them, right? I'm surprised they got any followers over there as much as they contradict themselves. Don't make no sense, but guess what? Some of y'all dumber than the doorknob. I'm sorry. Some of y'all dumber than the doorknob. How you gonna sit over there and hear the contradictions day after day after day and still follow them? Don't make no sense. But I'm done. So, any final words there, Mr.
Crazy.
No, thank you, family, for sitting with us tonight and going through this, and I hope it helps someone.
All right, family. So, you know, do what you do. I mean, you know, we're gonna concentrate on the scriptures and our history and our awakening, stuff like that. That don't mean we're not gonna come back and say something, because you know, if we feel like it, we will. That's how we roll. Peace and blessings, Israel. Your captivity is ending. Love you with the love of the Messiah. If you want to support this ministry, please become a patron. You can give through Cash App, and you know, share the video, give us a like.